What's up? What's up? Welcome back to some Star Technology. Let me just update the stream. And we're changing that to boom. Okay. Probably only gonna go live for a little bit here. Go live for a bit, and we'll do a little bit of work maybe again later this evening. We are going to work towards. I've not done too much. I think since this last live, I think I've just kind of been mapping out the rectangles for the rest of the base. We're going to start by getting Blackstone set up, generation set up over here. And then we might move towards getting some of the sifters going. The more kind of the origin I can get going on this side, the better. So we're going to build Blackstone probably right here. And that's the last of the sifting type, actually Blackstone and then a hammer as well, now that I'm thinking about it, because we need the hammer for, it needs to be crushed Blackstone to be able to sift. Like, we got a lot of dust, we got a lot of sand building up, a ton of cobble, and even a lot of skystone, so this is perfect. And then once that's done, once we get the Blackstone up and running, then we can move on to getting the sifting kind of set up. So one thing is that I'm going to need both, because we're going to be using an MV rock crusher, then we're also going to be using an LV hammer. So we'll need both of these, which is fine. We'll move that both over here. Probably build it right here so that can come over this way. This is at 3 or 4, so we probably have one more hammer, which is fine. And what's the overall amperage on this looking like? Oh, so nothing. We got a lot more space in terms of using this MV transformer. Or not converter. So let's go get the rock crusher built. I was working towards this. There's that. We only need one of those gears. Should have everything I need for that now too. To build this. Okay, sweet. We need another one of these. Then the hull. I should probably throw some aluminum dust into the system because I am going through. Yeah, we're down to 800, and look at all that aluminum dust. So we're going to cook that up in our EBF. Probably just do that passively for a while. And then we have the hull, and that leads us to make this sweet. And then we want a LV crusher, or hammer, sorry. Just because we don't need the speed necessarily, particularly for really any of our gen. We don't need that crazy speed at the moment. Let's make a couple of those. Seriously, I'm out of plates. And we just need the anvil left, I think. Boom. Okay, that's all of the tech stuff we're going to need to have built. We got the signalum, and then we're also going to want infused. Soul infused. Okay. We got. I'm just trying to think. We need maybe an item pipe. No, we shouldn't. As the way we're building them, we're not using item pipes anymore. Oh, you know what? We're gonna need a storage bus. Let's see if we still have this stuff required to make that. So maybe back at this space we do. We do. Oh, we don't. Just kidding. So we want some annihilation cores. Cool. Oh, sweet. And 2 of these, which is okay. Sweet, and then we should have... Okay, we're short a piston. You know what, just make a whole stack of pistons. Might as well. Perfect. Good news is we probably will use a storage bus for the sifting part. I haven't decided exactly how we'll do that just yet. Let's get this built for now, and then we can worry about that later. So I have blackstone. We'll make a little some sort of design here once we've kind of built it up. We got our space at 2 again. The forge hammer. Something like that. But we want power coming in from back, preferably. So we do something like that and have it be like a little bit of a smaller build this time around. We do need the space behind it. How we done it? We have not done a... See, all of these are different. Can I use this for anything interesting? Maybe some slabs, maybe? Just random shit. Give me one more just so I don't have to make extra in case. I need more of these teleportations placed out this way. Let's go just like that. Cool. Of course, we aren't done it yet, so I don't know why I was doing that. Let's see if I can get directly under first try. I feel like it's gonna be here. No. Here. Okay. Wow, that was some bad guesswork. Storage bus is gonna go right there, and then we're gonna come up behind with the power, right? Yeah, perfect. And we've got Signalum coming off this one, and we have Infuse coming off this one. I'm starting to get the hang of how to use these cables better. We want to add the ending to this first, and then you go ahead and add the last one, like that. And then same deal, we're gonna come this way, I guess, makes the most sense. Nope. Finish like that, and then add it. Sweet. Both of these are now powered. And fuck, the rock crusher needs the stuff around it. I'm an idiot. Rock crusher probably for Blackstone needs water and lava, I'd assume. Which water? Okay, we can do that. But yeah, this means we need to rethink the shape of this. So we'll move... I guess we're not going to be able to have it directly connecting then, because there's going to be one space. So we'll have to move it like back one and over one makes sense, most sense to me. So this is going to be a bit of a bigger build than compared to our smaller ones. I totally did not think about that. Okay, so let's take our black stone. That's going to be okay. We're going to have that there. It needs to be like this. That should work. And one open here. So we will need an item pipe. We will use an item pipe, I guess, to transfer stuff over, because we need to have... Oh, shit. You know what? So lava, witch water, that's fine. And then we might need to have... Oh, we can just have a pipe going there. It's not going to burn down. Okay, cool. Let's start with just grabbing the item pipes, and then we'll go back and grab the witch water and lava. I think I have some saved somewhere. Here we go. Item pipes. Any chance I have like a lava block in here? Okay, lava. Sweet. Probably need some more blackstone to finish up the build, but we can finish it up when we start actually generating blackstone here. So we'll go like this. Straight into that. We want this to export. Throw lava on this side. Throw our wires like that. It's going under. Fix up the power. We need to add the ending like that, and then boom. Powered. 1.9, that's fine. It's not even running yet though. I'll do some sort of covering like that, but we need to get the witch water first too. And put a blackstone in here before I forget. Yeah, I know, witch water. Gonna guess, I mean, it's not gonna be shut down for that long, so we could probably just take witch water at here. Oh, there's 8 buckets in there too, like, come on. And so right here. Perfect. And then we're bringing it in and getting crushed. Sweet. And we want some more of this blackstone. And then we just want to output that actually to the front. I don't really have any use for just normal blackstone, I think. I mean, unless we want to ever use it as a building block, but I doubt that's going to be a need. Blackstone dust, dark ashes, basalt dust. No. Yeah, we're fine. Hit it with some upgrades. Probably just 2, honestly. It's 130k still. Like, I don't see. Uh-oh. Did that stop it? Are we running out of max power? I don't think our amps are the issue, but we might not just be getting enough power transferred. Yeah, so we need at least an LV power transfer through there. RF. Yeah, give me one of these. 2 more of these. It was this one, right? Yeah, and then 2 silver plates. We will need to upgrade this at some point, but for now, we just need enough to be able to get in, transfer in and out from that cell, because the cell is full on power still. It's just the fact we can't pull out enough at the moment. And let's see if that's working now. Yeah, not a problem. Alright, let's try with these slabs again. I save. The other one is up somewhere still? No, I just lost one. We'll just go along the sides then. I won't have enough. Fuck. A couple more. Store that. Just go 3 across. Just like so, and maybe 2 in the middle. Cool. There's a little blackstone gen. We got the store. Oh, we need to put the ME cables onto it. The last step, and then that'll be hooked up to our system. I want to see too what our cable usage is like, or our power usage now that we have all these storage buses connected. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, let's go make sure that's connected. Blackstone is going up, sweet. And then we're gonna go actually inside briefly, down to this area, and just see what our express buses use nothing. Storage buses use nothing. Okay, that's sweet. And these cables really don't use anything at all. Really, the biggest uses are crafting terminal. That's the biggest drain, which is nothing. Sweet. And that's all good. All right, so that's wrapped up. I'm thinking we start by looking at the hardest one to transfer over for sieving is going to be hardest one to transfer over will be most certainly gravel, because that's all of our ore processing. I think a good starting point might be moving dust processing over. And that might be where we start. It's just moving our dust sieving system over, which shouldn't even be that bad. Let's think about this. So how many... Give me a piece of dust, please. Thank you. When we sieve some dust, not waterlogged, we're getting only 4 potential things. So really that's 4 different drawers we would need. We would probably pretty much just have this onto a chest, feeding it into a 4-drawer system with a storage controller, and then have a storage bus on the bottom of the controller, and that should be good. That saves us only needing 1 storage bus, and we could hide a lot of that away. Like, we don't need to have the 4 storage buses out for show. Maybe easily accessible, so I could always upgrade them later. But I think for now that's a good solution. So maybe we'll just start by taking down not sieve generation, but dust generation. Because we're gonna want, we'll probably make it a 3x3. What's the? We might want to scale it up. Maybe we'll make it 4x4. So we'll need some more sieves. 16 sieves. this guy down for a bit. We will need that still. Let's see, I think that got picked up into this. So we have, and then meshes probably got picked up in here too. What's our string looking like? Oh, we got a lot of strings. So we've got, oops. 7, 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. That's 4 by 4. Perfect. We're gonna want that modular router still. And then we're gonna want chest, a singular item pipe. We're gonna want a significant amount of copper upgrades. 4 by 3, I'm thinking, so 12 copper upgrades. So only 10 more. Copper upgrade. This is gonna chew through copper, but I mean 143k, nothing. If anything, it's gonna chew through hammers more so. Let's see how many that makes. Said 12, right? Perfect. And then 4 drawers. And then we want a storage controller, which is a little bit iffy on pricing because it does use 1 LV, but we've got still a handful of LV circuits, half stack. LV, and then storage bus. Again, we need 1 more of those. We'll make that back there. I think I should have everything to make the storage bus, though, honestly. There's no power involved in this, just the ME stuff, because we're using modular routers. Oh, we will need an import, whatever one is sending to the system, which we've already done, and I believe that is the opposite of what we think, and it's an import. No, it's an export. Export, yeah. So we'll need an export bus as well to send black dust into the system. And then we're gonna go to something like and we don't really need a speed upgrade on this just yet, I think. And I don't have a regular chest. I know you can make these even bigger, but I think for now this is acceptable. And, you know, give me the linking tool while we're at it. So then we'll do chests, it's all the same. No, we might put it on the other side. Right here. Still missing out on one of the, wait, we can upgrade that, right? Cool, and can we upgrade? Okay. X is good. It's a little far on this side, but I think if we put a wall around this system, it should be okay. Still having these face outside might be a decent call. We can totally bring the Y down. He's good like that. That should be okay. And then let's just create a little. Again, it doesn't need to look good, just needs to identify what is being done here. Oh, and we do need the modular router somewhere. Oh, it's right there. Let's make sure this works. So if we do like that. Perfect. That will work. And if we ever want to, we need to come up one more this way. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we cannot use dust as the ceiling. Can we do anything? Infinity dust cell. Yeah, so getting these will be nice too at some point too. We don't have the means yet. Cool, let's just use clay on the ceiling or something. I don't really care. Clay. That's like, I don't give a shit. Just take a stack. Clay gen might be something I add in too. Not a bad idea at some point. Really want to be getting everything, all of these base materials passively, right? If you can. So it's still going to get picked up, scooped up if it's in this area. That's fine. This whole kind of area is going to be, I mean, right behind it we'll have sand. So this whole area is kind of going to be no-go zone in terms of if you want to get things, if you want to keep your things safe. And then we need to kind of figure out where the modular router is. No, back a bit. Too far back. Found the dust. Okay. And then we need to find the storage controller. So from the modular router, go over 4 and up 1. No, over 3 and up 1, I think. 1, 2, 3, and up. That's the storage controller. So on modular router, we'll be putting an export bus, and the storage controller will put a storage bus. Also, let's throw our upgrades. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. That's going to give us 1 million of each of these. Sulfur. I mean, yeah, that one's going to probably be the one to load up the fastest. Some point we would straight up just put this directly into the chest, directly into an import bus, but we don't have the drives right at the point. So this is kind of V1 of it. This will get scaled up again at some point in the future. One second here. Let's go ahead and then make our storage and export bus. Yeah, because with 1K drives, we really don't have the space. Like, with just the things I have in this right now, we're already using up half a drive in 4 different types. Like, yeah, that's just not realistic at this point. We get closer to the 8K drives and, you know, a lot of ME drives. That's where we can start talking about it, but I'm not at that point just yet. So let's try and see if we can get both of these things without too much work. We can do that. I think I made more of that too last time, so we're pretty set there. Oh, is that the end of our logic? Yeah, so let's, what was it? It was, you know what, let's, hold up, let's wrap up this, then we'll make some more logic. I'm going to leave those there just so we have reference for what we're doing next. So we're making a storage bus. Nope. The issue is that I might need a logic gate for that other one. We might need one of the both. A storage bus and then export bus. No, we should be okay. Export bus. Sweet. So let's go hook that up. We still have ME cable. And we talked about it last time that these are going to be the most important by like a considerable amount. So we might make like a stack of them for right now. Like they're used in... Nope. They used to make the cores, to make the drives. Like those are the two kind of key things we need right now. Export bus, right, on the modular router, that makes sense. And then storage bus on the storage controller, that logically makes sense. Bring this down, bring this down. Do we have a, I do it to fill this in under. And then in the export bus, we're gonna wanna bring in dust. Let's connect these together. And then we're just going to bring it straight from over here. Oop. And is that working? This should start speeding up in a moment. Yeah, perfect. And we kind of at the moment hope that we're generating more dust. I mean, it doesn't make it that big of a difference. But we would like to be generating more dust than what we are using, given we have 19K. And this does not have any speed upgrades in it at the moment, so I think we should be fine. And there we go, we got dust automation set up. The next one will be sand right behind, but we're going to prioritize making some more logic circuits at the moment before we move on to that. And that does mean we can go back to the old base. You know, it's going to be fun watching as the kind of our initial base gets smaller and smaller with the amount of stuff left. That was all of this right here. So we're done with the steam forge. Clay gen was this, which will use dust. But we don't need any more clay at the moment. And I will probably be using these items. Where was this going? It's coming at a... Yeah, that was just bringing sand over to the hammer. This is a lot of extra free item pipes. So I'm going to make all that, like 23, we'll take that. And probably the, not all of it I guess, because some of it's going, but some fluid pipes too. Just fill that hole in for now, and like this area is already significantly smaller. We can take down clay gen 2. This stuff over here, I mean Blackstone we have not fully automated yet, so we're going to leave that be for now. Sand is still good, but that's one less thing that we got to move over. Let's throw that into the system, and let's see what we need to make this. So soldering, the ACU chips, do I have any more? Oh, we got more of those. ACU silicon. It's going to be in the ME assembler, so we're going to need to take out the sky stone. Liquid sky steel. Okay, that's actually pretty important stuff, so we will want to save that. Do I have more silicon? We got 20. Okay. That'll make us 40, so that's good for now. But let's extract. No, blue. Is that, no, is that not importing it? Is it because it's configured all weirdly? The fuck? Alright, we'll just use the bucket. And it's not set to import. That would be a little frustrating. So we will hold on to that. That is certainly important. Do I have any of the... Oh, look at that. I got 30 bucket. Oh, wait. Yeah, 30 buckets of the soldering. Whoever made that in advance is a smart man. We'll take one fluid pipe so I can... oof, we don't want that. Just so I can take this fluid out when I'm done with it. I think that might have been the issue. And we need to do a quick reset on this. Lose half of bucket, but it is what it is. And then set that to take out. And then we set ACU, boom, boom. Sweet. While we wait on this, maybe let's go ahead and make some more of these, which was in a MV cutter. We obviously have one of those somewhere. With lubricant, I could add some more lubricant before we get moving here. I don't think it used that much. And you make a decent amount of them at once. So we'll just do one bucket. What did we need? Yeah, so and then we need an ACU, which was taking a silicon wafer. I should have silicon wafers. Yep. Take 2 of those, throw them in the cutter. I don't know, I need to wait for that. In the meantime, let's take a peek at our aluminum. That is some extra stacks there, sweet. Just toss this garbage in. You know, I'm not against the idea of building a couple of these. I talked about it, like having like kind of squares that kind of pop out under, almost like smaller versions of this at each corner, the big of this main square. My kind of thought is maybe we build small ones that have those big chests just as extra space. I haven't absolutely made up my mind on that yet, but it's something I'm thinking about. And then we're also using a decent amount of sky steel. What's our number looking like that on that? 176, and we could use some more of this, which was Certus quartz dust and sky stone in a mixer, I think. Let's just throw our Certus quartz dust. Is kind of getting concerningly low. What? I was supposed to make... That did not do anything. I did that so incorrectly, didn't I? Oh, we had to make the wafer first with layer. Oh, and this isn't useful for anything. That is not the end of the world. And I have them in there, but we just want to make spare. Okay, then we'll take that and put that in the cutter. Yeah, our Certus quartz count is not looking good, and this is coming from, I believe, some sort of ore washing. Ore washing when we're washing quartzite. And this is still working in full, yeah? Yeah, it's going. We could actually upgrade this maybe to MV would be a good call. Only issue, we've got a lot of shit going on here. And, oh, I did talk about this actually. We could totally do this. With an MV energy hatch right there. We'd route this around and then just connect it over. We could definitely figure it out. It wouldn't be pretty, but it would definitely be getting us a little bit more Certus quartz, which we do need a significant amount of. We will start generating more of it some point. I forget exactly how. Are we going to get this at any point? Not through that. Oh, yeah. With another rock filtrator. Now that we're MV, we can do sand and get Certus quartz geode. We're probably going to build 2 of them when we do start moving that over. But that isn't our top priority for stuff to be moved over. This is going in the mixer. Sweet. I will just AFK here overnight and make sure I do that, or for a couple hours, to ensure that we have things getting passively generated. I did not do a good job of that yesterday, and I think that caused some issues with us not having everything we need, or getting a little low on certain things. Also, there might be some in here. There's a stack in there too, yeah. And I have another stack of that cooking up, which we can ignore for now. It's going to get put in there, but we're not using it at the moment. Okay. That is just working incredibly slow. Yeah, it's just working incredibly slow. We get more ACU chips, that's great. And look at that, we got 36 logic processors now, which is amazing. So we got a little bit longer. We could probably work on setting up some, setting up the sand part now. The only issue is that sand directly ties to our diamond supply, and diamond supply directly goes to power. Where's the fuck is power? Power should be around here somewhere. Right there. And this needs to get scaled up some. Absolutely. Also, it's getting pushed pretty hard right now as it is. Like, I can make MV versions of that now too, right? Yeah. So now it's not bad at all. So I mean, this is good for now, and we are generating more diamond. It's just that this needs, like, our diamond supply needs to be accessible here still, because we're not moving power just yet. Given we're making more diamonds, we've got 28,000 of them. So that's not bad. Maybe we leave this one. Well, I think the better plan would be starting to prep for the power area and moving power first. Because then we can just teleport power right back to this thing. And that's a non-issue. It's like we wouldn't move this flux cell, we would just be loading power in here as well. And these would be elsewhere. So I don't hate that. It also means that our whole system will be down for a little bit when we do move these two. So we want to have everything essentially right except for just these two that need to be plopped down somewhere else. And power, because it will be a big area at some point, but I don't know if it's going to take its own rectangle. So maybe for now we could just stick power down in either one of these four to be moved later, or in the passive area. I'm leaning towards maybe right in here, because this is kind of like a hub main area. It's not a terrible idea moving power here now. Or maybe you want to be able to move both at once. So we have almost all of our, like the sand stuff almost completely set up here. Yeah, I think I like that. We have almost all of the sand set up here. Almost all the power ready to go, and then we do both at once. I like that. When it comes to sand, we're probably going to do 20 of these. Right now we just have 11, but I think 20 for sand would be pretty important because we need a shit ton of diamonds. And the other thing too is that in there is a lot of Fortune 3. So let's start with just the sifters. Sieves, sorry. Make sure we have enough to make all of that. So we'll make some of these. How's our yard? Wood is looking pretty good. It'd be nice to build 2 of those at some point. I don't know if we'll ever need it, but we should have more than enough. 20, and then we want, for now we'll just do 20 mesh. I know that I'll have carryovers from the old one, but that's fine. Sifting sand gives us how many different potential things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll need 5 drawers. Seriously, I don't have any chests. Are they on my other one? I said 5 drawers. Copper upgrades. Probably another 12 or more. What's going on here? Are we at a... I swear I just made some hammers. $20 is chill. That's probably more than enough. We got another spam message in chat. Nope. Cool. So we got sieves, drawers, that. We'll not worry about the modular router just yet. Actually, we could probably do everything. Modular router, I think these things are pretty cheap. I might have even had some backup. I did. We also want activator modules, 2 dispensers, takes 2 bows. And a lever. We just want one of these. And we'll take the speed upgrades too, actually, for sand. Sand is going to be the only one we really want moving at a decent pace. Again, for the diamonds, Diamond Gen is our main source of power, and it's going to be, I think, until like potentially EV. I think that's what I read or heard. But for now, yeah, so that's just essentially why we want to keep it with Diamond Gen. So we'll build sand back behind. We'll give kind of 2-3 blocks maybe. Not too worried about conserving space. Modular router. Fading this way, I think. Yep. Oh, we need a storage controller too. Storage controller. Sweet. Let's throw down these sieves first. '20's a bit of a weird one. It doesn't make it anything evenly, but this looks okay. How's our dust is still making it faster than what we're... Sweet. And then we want storage controller kind of go in here potentially, just like we did last time. Boom, 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 something like that. And then we'll have a chest that goes here with a vacuum. Sorry if you hear an airplane in the background. Chest. Can I make a vacuum? I don't remember exactly what it's called. Sorry, I'll have to go back and look at it at the base, old base. Chest. And that's and we gotta link the drawer to that. Sweet. All we need is just the, oh, let's do this too. Nope. We'll wait till things are in there actually. Let's make the storage bus and the export bus. We might need to go back this time around. We can make, yeah, we gotta go back briefly. Just for a few extra things. Made some more of that Fluix dust. We might even have some of it made up in our macerator. We do. Let's make some of that an actual bender, so Certus quartz. And do I have some of that to throw? I have more than a stack to throw in. Sweet. Get done eventually. Bender. And also we can make 2... No, I think it's sky steel that we want. I mean, let's make a decent amount of this. We've been using a lot of these. So we've got those being made. We got the fluke stuff, a decent amount of. The only other thing is sky steel rods. We're gonna need some more sky steel at some point. And a lathe, we can make half a stack. So let's see, let's do a handful. Let that cook up. We had something else going on over here. We got more of these. We still got that in our mixer. Nothing else being made over here. We do need more silicon. While we wait on some stuff, let's silicon these guys. Silicon plates, which is silicon in a bender, and I should have a decent amount of silicon at this point then. That's our biggest use of silicon, so we might as well just make a decent amount of that. Okay, should have everything we need to make a storage bus. And an export bus. Storage bus ME interface. Yeah, we need 2 of those. 2 of those, and then we'll have our make 4 of those. And I don't think we need that for the export bus, so we'll take a ME storage and then export. Beautiful. And I'll need 1 sand, which is perfect. I have 1 sand. Oh, we still need the, what is it called? I'll go back. I'm not going to break one of those to look. It's a basic item collector. Oh, easy. There's probably better things to be using than one of these. I feel like this could cause some lag, but for now we haven't sized this up too big yet. Oh, we got llamas spawning. I gotta still figure that out. We need to move this back one, and I need an item pipe. Put this on top. We'll grab the item pipe, which I do not have. I don't need, I have just 1. Into the storage system, okay. And then we're gonna try and guess. Nope. Close. And then what is it? 1, 2, 3, and over. Nice. So in functional storage, we want the storage bus on modular router. We want the import or the export, and then we want to route this over. We're going down in lines like this. It's not easy to place these. There we go. And And we want to just put sand on the expert bus. Now we got sand, we want to put the activator module in, and then we want to just throw some speed upgrades on that. Just make sure it starts doing its thing. Can write-wise, something special I needed to do with the action. Something like that. Does it look? Let's just take the activator out of this one. Is there anything in particular? Front. Right click. Yeah, no, it's the exact same. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. And let's get some sandstone going too. This is obviously not set up right. That should be collecting everything now. But it's not getting imported into our system. That is a storage controller that just got picked up. Let's make sure this is all linked. Set that item pipe up one more time. There we go. Why is it not engaging the farthest away ones? Do they need to be at the side, maybe? See if that changes it. Why does it not like... the farthest away ones? Is it like an issue with... distance? Or is, it must be an issue with the sieves themselves. And why isn't it importing more stuff in? sneeze. What if we put this directly next to it? That works. We're going to be a little bit narrow when it comes to space here, building around like this, but that's just a small thing. I don't really think it's going to make that much of a difference. And we still have, 8, 9, 10, 11, like a decent amount of them, a decent chunk. And Z needs to be increased by 1. There we go. This is still more than what we have at our old base, and it's more than enough to keep us going for now. And our sand gen is way faster than it was initially too, so I'm not too worried about this. And we could always build more of these. This is like pretty easy for us to make. Though I'm using a ton of sand to build here, not enough to actually make a difference. It'll be interesting to watch though over the next couple hours when I come back and check on this later to see if what our sand numbers are looking like. Same with dust now that we have dust set up. I mean, that's some good number already for all of this stuff we're generating. The only issue is that if this fills up, that will start causing an issue. There we go. Better say something did not add up there. That should be everything, right? Yeah. We have amethyst getting in? We do, yeah. Have I even used these yet? I don't think I've even really... Oh, I need that for the... This takes the orange dye, right? Yeah, which I can make now. Now that I understand how we get. Interesting, that's something I want to do, something to upgrade the reach. That's like one of the early game quests. Right here. Upgrade 2, I only have the upgrade 1 done. But I might be not having it right now because I did upgrade from the old version to the new version, so I could have lost that at some point. Something I'll have to check on. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to just wrapping up here. I want to put the roof on this, and then we'll be pretty good. I mean, we moved over 2 of the 3 essentials, and then there's one more kind of processor, the Blackstone, but that also kind of requires ore processing, or that's a big part of the ore processing phase too, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. That chest has some garbage in it, but that's not an issue. So with that, we're almost, and Blackstone Gen is over here now. We are almost at the point of having the first half of the square filled up. Keep on moving it out this way. I mean, Blackstone sieving would probably be able to fit back here. It's small. Then gravel sieving up back over here. Yeah, before we know it, we're going to be done this first little eighth of the passive gen area. And I do like the idea of bringing like this all down. Like so. So you can't actually see all like from a distance. You're not going to be able to see the wires. I think that kind of adds a nice little feature. Because from the sides and such, this doesn't look beautiful, but if you just cover it up a little bit like that, it's going to look a lot better. So yeah, we're going to keep on doing that. And then I was talking about like what the next phase of getting like AE2 automations is. Because essentially we want to be at the point where we can be auto-crafting in a lot of stuff. And we have Skystone dust generation is going to be the first thing. And we're probably going to want that passive because we're using Sky Dust to make Sky Steel. Need Sky Steel for a lot of things. Drives. We use this to make. There's something I was using this to make. Well, patterns. Like, is pattern going to be using these? Blank pattern. Using the diamond skystone. Okay, so that's not as bad. Still, I think automating this is kind of big. Skystone liquid, important. It's used in all of these. So yeah, automating Skystone and Skystone liquid, both pretty important. Can we make this? Yeah, so we need both of them. Which would require both an MV extractor, and that then requires more MV circuits, which we might spend some time next time just crafting a bunch more MV circuits so we can go ahead and push to start automating more of the difficult stuff. As much as I like using the LV, there's some stuff that we just can't because of the recipe cutoffs. And lastly, let me check what... Yeah, so we have like a shit ton of space or a shit ton of amperage left to use on this one converter. So we can probably use it to push it this way a little bit. Hell, one converter might for now power this whole block of area. And this will be easy too to come back and quickly replace. If we ever get to the point where I need faster cobbles, sand, and dust generation, we can come back and easily replace it with MV or HV, whatever we need at the time. We can't see the exact, hey? Just curious to know. That's generating quick. Diamonds are generating pretty slow, but that'll speed up a lot when we get those fortune strings down in it when we're ready to move this over. And this is we're done using this now. Well, once we move the power over, we'll be done using this. And that will be happening pretty soon. The power moving over is going to be our next thing. It'd be great. There's like a checklist or something. I don't know. I'll make some notes of this of what to do next. Let me write that down now, actually. So we want more MV circuits. Then moving power, so we can start. Then we can take down the sand, and then it would be. We'll choose one. So Skystone dust plus liquid gen, and then also moving over ore proc. Moving ore proc shouldn't be that bad. We might make a second one of these. we're keeping up with it right now. The ore proc has been an interesting go because sometimes like 2 of them, or maybe 3 of them, is kind of maxing out the amount we can process at once. Yeah, that's something to figure out. But that's kind of the next phase of what we'll move over. But at the same time, we're going to work on getting the Sky Stone. Like, you know, we're going to do a little bit of the AE2 stuff and then a little bit of moving stuff over. And I think that's a good way to go about it. And so with that, we are going to wrap up here in just a second. Actually, just a minute or two here. This is good. Let's just put this in our liquid area. We've got kind of this area where we hold all of our different liquids we're using. And I had more silicon plates getting made. Let's make some. That's not it. It's over here. We're using these in forming press, I think. Transistors. Those are important, right, for making, yeah, the new LV tier. Resistors, capacitors, plastic, sodium sulfate. Yeah, we're not at that point yet, but forming press with the inscriber to make more printed silicon is the main reason why we want them now. And there's no better way to do this, eh? It just gets faster. So at some point, yeah, once we're at that point, we're going to be building probably a quad EBFs. So if like these guys wall shared, so one other one here, here, and here, with the purpose of, you know, generating our aluminum, our 3 alloys that we need to be EBF'd here, silicon, and I believe stainless steel is the next one that we need to generate a ton of to go to MV. But that's still a little ways away. I want to build out our infrastructure early on so that, you know, down the road, we're going to be able to scale into MV very quickly. And that's something I did when I started HV. When I started HV, or sorry, when I got into MV, I have this backwards. When I got into MV, like I was stuck like right in this area for a while, right at the cusp of getting into. I was stuck right here, I guess, for a little while. I draw a line going this way, and I like automated everything, got like a lot of stuff ready, so that I ran like the better part of MV. I got into pretty consistently in the matter of like a couple hours, but I spent days kind of getting things ready here, and that's what we want to do to make it so that I think HV and then going into EV is going to be pretty easy once you have a lot of the stuff automated, and if we have auto crafting set up and a lot of that. So I'm setting up to make sure that things are going to be really easy for us going into this next chapter. I know it's still not going to be very straightforward. There's a lot of processing lines that we'll have to, you know, create ourselves. But I want to make it as easy as possible. I think that's where a lot of runs get stuck on these more advanced mod packs, is they don't spend enough time building up initial infrastructure. We got the wafers being made. Put that in the forming press, right? Sweet. And, you know, we can even take 2 more, make some more of these logic. And I've got still a few more minutes here, so we'll look into just making some more LV circuits. Was the one I just looked at the upgraded version? Because if that's so, then we're not going to do that just yet. But if there's a... Yeah, I need IC chips for the next one. And it doesn't even make it that much better. Like, that's the same. Still 2 resistors, 2 bolts. What am I doing now? I'm still using the vacuum tube. That's interesting. So if I did go towards making these IC chips, which I need ruby lens, exquisite ruby Do I have rubies? Please tell me I do. I do. We use this to make the lens, which is in a lathe. Just get this going for now. Put a lot of this stuff away. Do I have anything overflowing? Wait, nope. Doesn't really look like it. Oh, this stuff actually. Which is... the fuck? Okay, I'm not concerned about that for right now. We're getting closer and closer to being done with this, and plus, look, we're not even at halfway through this thing. Like, I'm still scrolling, and we're just past halfway. Skystone dust looks good. I mean, maybe I can move the sapphires over. I must have these just full. Just full. So weird. What is that purified ruby? I don't know why that's not going into the system. Oh, you know what? It might be that's getting treated as... No, it is. Oh, it's just not added. It's not linked. That makes sense. I was like, why is that not going in? Soul sand dust, that's good. Wrought iron. Am I passively making that? No, but we are getting a tad bit low on wrought iron, and steel is good. But steel is something too I want to automate at some point. I'm not using a ton of the wrought iron anymore. Don't tell me that's full too now, is it? No, it's not full. I think it's just excess I had from when it started to fill up. Is this stuff filled up? X-Realger. Exquisite Realger. Where's... Oh, I never even had a drawer for that, hey? Being able to fly now makes adding it in so much easier. And that's beautiful. How's our little sifter systems looking? I don't know if we're almost catching up with the back pile, or if we're always making more than what yeah, sifters need to probably be sped up again at some point. This is used for the LV stuff, LV emitter. Used for a lot more LV. So this is like kind of useless now. Quartzite dust, glass dust. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's of that much use. I'll still keep it around, I guess. But a lot of this stuff is not overly useful going further. I think some of this is obviously whatever's generating the aluminum. Chromium's useful. Quartz is useful. Sodium needs to be given one of these. Sodalite is useful, but I think we're doing something with the sodalite, because it is not in our... We're making more of it than that. That's the sodium I'm taking out, yeah? Cool. So let's go back to looking at these chips. I was gonna start looking into making the cheaper ones. Supposedly they're cheaper, I guess. And so we would need to be making IC chips, which we start with the IC wafer. ILC, so we just take that's a laser engraver, right? Yeah. Let's get a chest for all these lenses, because there are 4 of them so far, and I know there's at least one more we'll have to make. But we're gonna take that, and I think a wafer. That's gonna make the ICU one. And also, what was the wafers are like, take forever, but pretty cheap. So once all of this is done, I'm gonna AFK this for a little while. Once all of this is done, I will go ahead and make some more wafers too. This is actually a little bit of progression, which is okay. One is 1, and then we use this to make 8, and then 8 can make 16, which is still not much. We will need certainly another wafer to make this worth our time. Oh, we've got a ton of these. We put this in a cutter. Put them in a cutter. We got a ton of silicon wafers out of this. That's big. You got the completed task. Did I just see a shit ton of silicon? Yeah. That's what we like to see. We got over a stack of that. We didn't need to put that down. The 42 logic processors will keep us going for a cool minute. Matter of fact, I would like to make, well, we're not going to worry about the fluid ones soon, but I would like to make a 4K stored at some point. I mean, not even yet. I'm not too worried about our storage systems. The crafting unit is what I would like to make, and that takes some of the calculation, some of the flukes. We're making some of that. Actually, I could probably, do I have some made already? Yeah, we've got some to put in the chemical bath. Oh, forget this stuff hurts. Go. There it is. And so that'll be useful for making the crafting unit. So we have one of those. Crafting unit and 1K storage. Yeah, so that's not bad. That'll probably happen kind of soon. The second... Like, at one point, do we stop passively making it and we start adding crafting for AE2 stuff? That's where it's first going to come in. We essentially want to automate making molecular. We want to automate making patterns. That's one thing, is making patterns. Pattern providers automating, and molecular assemblers would be nice too. And then interfaces as well, because I think that's what, if I remember correctly, interfaces are what we use to essentially do auto crafting, but via, or is it pattern providers? I don't know. It's one of the two. I'll figure that out again. But we want to automate this. This is automated. This is... How are we getting them right now? We're getting them somehow. So this needs to be kind of automated. We need to essentially do the rock filtrator to automate this. Pulverizer? I don't know what the fuck a pulverizer heat it is. But this can be automated once we get the rock filtrator fully set up. Or grinding, sifter. Yeah, sifting this stuff. You know, that's where we will get some of that. Centrifuge, yeah. So this all will be automated. Because patterns, these three things together, once we can autocraft these three things like that, then our autocrafting can go crazy. And then we can focus on automating this at more machines. So that's where we're taking steps towards. And everything we're doing is taking larger steps towards doing that. Everything we are doing. Let's take half stack of this. Throw it in the fuck is a macerator at? I know I have one right around here. There it is. Okay, there's a lot of silicon wafers. Let's throw like half a stack into making these ILC things, because we throw them into a cutter. Like we're gonna want a shit ton of these new cheaper circuits supposedly. And what else did we need? I think it's diodes. Fine copper. Wow, we got a lot of that. Liquid salt. We got a lot of that. We're not making that right now. That's HV. What's a resistor number looking like? 102. So that's 100 more LV circuits, essentially. We could make more resistors. What is it? What's this one? Coal dust, fine annealed, and glue. We're putting glue in there. We're definitely going to want more of those. That's 48 more HV chips. That's 12 more HV chips there too. I would say another stack of HV chips would probably be optimal, helping us move along, getting some of the AE2 stuff automated. Yeah, I think a stack of HV would be kind of a great goal for us to have. That's, I think, what we'll aim for. Okay, so what was a resistor recipe? Resistor in coal, it was what? Coal dust and fine annealed. Do I have more? I might still have more of the fine annealed stuff. Yeah, look at that. And coal dust, charcoal dust, same thing, right? Let that cook up. What's up, Princess? Pixel Princess? I'm not gonna lie. We got those. This is gonna be a quest complete. Right here. I'm doing good. We're about to wrap up here, unfortunately, but appreciate someone showing up. We have resistors that are not coming out because we don't have this hooked up. There we go. throw these wafers into storage now. IC is good. What's our printed board at? Printed, we got some, we're gonna want more of those. I think it's these we want way more, yeah. It's load, it might be on your side, I think. Yeah, I'm not, my upload is okay, so it might be, because it's set to 1080p on your stream. That's probably what it is, because I'm up streaming to 1080p. And I'm not dropping any frames on my upload, so it's probably your download, honestly. I hate to break it to you. Okay, so circuit boards. It's just these across, right? Yeah. Cool. And beautiful. And then what's our copper wire like? We should have a ton of them still. Yeah. There's a stack and a half. We're going to want more of these. Wire mill. With more copper. Okay, what was that number? I'll check in a sec. Mode 1. Sweet. We can add these into our inventory too. Were you able to bring it down to 1080p or 720? That make it work better? I think that's going, I hope that's going up. It's right on the cusp, eh? We might be at like a holding point where it's just making it like almost exactly enough. It looked like it might be, I don't know, to check back in a bit. That was 22.7. What else do I need for this? We got a lot more of these made. We got these cooking up, right? I got some in the IC chips. Right, this is what we used to make more of them, right? Wait, IC is what we want. IC, yeah, make that in the cutter. Have you tried downscaling it to 720p? That's probably going to fix a lot of your issues. Okay, yeah. We are throwing this in here. Sweet. What was that? Hey, let's go. I appreciate it. It's been a 3-day dry streak. I can go ahead and update that. I think I'll bump it up all the way to 15 this time. Really appreciate that. If I can figure out how the fuck to edit this, I do not have this editing, updating manually. Oh, here we go. Yeah, huge W, thank you. Okay, so I got the 10 bolts. We're gonna need more diodes too. Assembler with liquid glass. Take another bucket out of here. That assembler's done working now. We could probably just use this one. Reverse. And set this to both. What are you saying? I didn't say no. I do not know why this is not coming out. I said thank you. I appreciate it. You must have been loading again or something. That was a minute ago. I don't know why I can't export from this damn thing right now. I do not know what you were talking about. Alright, one more bucket and then we're out of this. Okay, what the fuck? Oh. I mean, I don't know if I'm at the point of needing banners and stuff yet, but sure. I mean, if you got any links or anything, you can just send them straight to my Twitch account. I don't use Discord that much. And I am a bit wary about who I add on Discord too, unfortunately. But you can send them straight to through Twitch, like a DM or a private message, I believe. I can take a look. And we want to make diodes, so that's more of the fine. So I'm out of that fine annealed now, hey? And that also probably comes from the wire mill. What is the recipe for this? It's the 3 with the annealed copper. What's our annealed copper looking like? Oh, we're still set on that. How many copper wires is that now? 312. Yeah, we're still gonna need a bunch of this, so I'm gonna let that passively run too. But this needs to go on a different circuit setting. It's got a bit more left. The annealed, yeah, I'm gonna. Cause I feel like if I toss that in, it's just gonna make the wires. Is there no other way I can make this just without using a wire cutter? Oh, with the foil, it's a 1-to-1. I don't have much of it though, so we'll just throw that back in for now. What? And that's for the diodes. We got more resistors. I need a shit ton of the diodes, so I think that liquid glass, yeah, it's 140, yeah. That's our next big goal. That's still a lot of stacks away there. Got those. We got some more of the Fluix dust, which is perfect. And then I think we'll start kind of thinking about setting up power right around, I mean, in the hub area for now, because then at some point I'll move it to one of the rectangles. Redstone flux. So do I have any of these? Stone. I do have one flux cell. And we're probably going to want some upgrades. What do I have in this right now? ULV. We're probably going to try and make maybe an MV flux for like our main. Is flux the one we want? That's transfer capacity. Maybe one of the balanced ones. Six, 4 times 4. Two, yeah, so we'll start with one of these. And we'll upgrade this guy from there. Two of these gears. There's 2 of the gears, and then that's in an alloy smelter, I think. Yeah. I think, am I gonna get a bit stuck when I make the MV one? Yeah, I'm gonna need an MV tier alloy smelter, which I have not made yet. Probably gonna need one at some point though, right? What other, that's MV locked. What's up, Mimu? How you doing? That's gonna be a bit locked. It's going, it's going. I'm I made it through to MV. I'm kind of at the end of MV, and I'm taking a step back to kind of automate a lot of things. I grinded out AE2. So we're taking a step back to kind of set up a lot of the auto crafting so then I can push through HV pretty quickly. Is my like overarching goal at the moment. Okay, so we have that's in their chest now. We'll just make the advanced alloy smelter. Might as well. Okay, nice, nice. Are you then gonna part? You're in MV then, right? You're just not through at the AE2 stuff. I would probably like my recommendation would be stopping the progression, like there, and just grind out the AE2 stuff. It's kind of a bitch to figure out, but it's like it's gonna make all the auto crafting and stuff like down the line way easier. So we're doing smelter. Ooh, I'm gonna need more of these, right? Sweet. How many of those? Okay, count the coils, yeah. This is a pretty straightforward process, if I'm remembering that right. It's been about a week or two since I did the coils, so it's already kind of rusty in my memory, and I haven't made a second EBF yet, so I'm not. It's like not completely clear to me. What was Cantho again? It was like something in a mixer, right? Yeah, it's the mixer, something with steel and iron. Yeah. Oh, this is totally doable. The chromium, that's like getting it through the rock filtrator. Oh, nice, perfect. Yeah, as long as you have it all automated, then you are good to go, brother. I paused for a cool minute there too, just to build. Yeah, that's kind of the plan too. I've automated a decent amount of stuff. Once I got to MV, I stopped the automation, but the plan is at the new base here to automate a ton of stuff. So I'm starting to move all of my old stuff back over there. And these are kind of, I'm just doing the initial sifters and the basic ore automate, or not the automate, but the initial resource automation here. And I'm slowly going to move everything over to this area. Yeah, this is my AE stuff's down there. So that's what I paused progression to do for a little bit, was start working on the base. So, taking some inspiration from like some of those crazy Greg Tech New Horizon bases. I think at the end of the day it's going to be something in the range of like 200 by 200. And I know it's probably too much space, but I kind of like the idea of having a big ass base, so that's not done yet. Alright, so then we're making signalium. It's just fun. No, it's going to be 8. Throw that into the fuck? Oh, it's not powered yet. Wow. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna need, from laser, we're gonna need 2 of these, I think. And then I'm gonna need, one of these. And we're gonna need an energy card. So we're essentially just setting up so I can pick up my 2 dynamos and bring them, oh, no, that's fine, directly over to the old base, so we're not losing any power downtime. There's the quest completed, sweet. Yes. Okay, you know what? The only create I've actually done in this entire mod pack is the tree farm and the blasting. Honestly, I don't really love the look of create. But from what I understand, for like the diamond dynamos, they will bring you through to potentially like EV. And that's only with 2 right now, so I'm planning on just sticking with them. And then I don't know what if you do like there's some like steam stuff in between, or you can go straight to like solar. But from what I understand, this is the easiest, from what I was reading in the Discord, kind of the go-to method for power gen. So I'm just going to go ahead and plop this down here. We'll go with our upgrade. Have you? Okay, you've gone to Ivy. Okay. Where I got to Ivy. Interesting. Diamond cost, right. But at some point you can start making the Diatrons too, right? Was that a method, or was it just kind of like once you can't generate the diamonds? Okay, yeah, so once you can't generate the diamonds you need, you just kind of got to move on. Place this atop for now. This is going to look better at some point. I just want to get the power ready to go. I got to go all the way back for my wrench. This is going to be, I believe, an extract on channel 0. Gas turbines, right. That's what I was thinking about when I said the steam. And then gonna have just blue on all these sides for now. And as long as I connect this to the rest of the system, I should be okay to move my power over. Oh, I see. Yeah, I have not looked into the gas stuff at all yet. I don't know when the right time would be to start doing that, but for the moment, power is just kind of like get the basics set up and then just not touch it for a while until I need to figure it out again. And with that, we still need to do our diamond input to this area, I guess. Maybe some import or some export buses. I think that's going to be the move, just for now. We'll just do one export bus into like a drawer. Okay, got that. And then we want a drawer. Let's take a peek at where this is. I also like to move this under at some point. I think that would look better. Oh, you know what too? Terminal. There we go. What kind of stopped you from your last run? Was it just because you stopped playing again? You kind of wanted to restart? Because I see that a lot, and I feel like is it something people are doing to soft lock themselves, or is it just like, you know, at some point you just stop playing the world and then you come back later? Oh, Theta's about to come out. Yeah. See, I was still in LV when Theta came out with this world. I took a couple week break. I was away. And Theta came out, so I came back and I was able to port it over just because of the fact I wasn't that far in. And then we're looking for Emmy. I'm gonna need more of these soon. Yeah, exactly. I kind of lucked out with that. I'm not loving this, but I would like just get power moved over right now. We'll do it right here instead then. Yeah, this is my first playthrough with Greg Tech. I played all the mods I think maybe 9, all the mods 9 or something, a while back. I played that pretty far into the game. But yeah, this is my first Greg Tech as well, and I might, like, if I get far enough in this or complete it, we'll see. I would try New Horizons at some point in the future, but for now I'm pretty content just doing this. Honestly, I'm not trying to get into all of that right off the bat. Have you played it at all? Or I guess you said this is your first Greg Tech experience. So probably not, eh? Oh, okay. Alright, that's filling up. And then I'm just going to want some item pipes for now. And never again, yeah. Well, that probably took you long enough, eh? This is definitely going to move, but I just want power over here so I can disconnect Diamond Gen from that old base. And make sure I'm just doing this right. This is extracting on channel 0. Cool. All right. Let's make quick work out of this so everything doesn't die. Ooh, almost crashed there for a second. I've seen, if you're talking about just in Star Technology, I've looked at some of them. Yeah, they're pretty crazy looking. I was looking at one. Let me check where it was. Let me just get this set up first. The augments stay in it. Beautiful, they do. This was the only, these dynamos were the only thing that kind of gave out on me over updates. I had LV upgrade kits in them, and they just disappeared. But that was the only thing I noticed. No, blue's right. And power is getting sucked out of this. Perfect. I assume it's going to take a minute to catch everything up. I was looking at... What was it? Something to do with this. Yeah. That's just insanity. At least you have that one tool that like builds it automatically, but still like, farming all the pieces for this. Insane. Like I think before Theta there was only 100 and something. Like, some of these are, you know, there's insanity. And I thought like building, you know, the first like ore processing one was crazy. Some cool stuff, yeah. Like, that's super cool. Okay, I think I saw someone in the Discord with trying to build one of these. Yeah, yeah. I used that for when I built my first, I think it was greenhouse. Okay, this thing's catching up. Let's make sure everything everywhere is getting power. Got power, EBF. Good, okay. That went very smoothly. I'm glad to see that worked out. And that was right over here, but we're going to keep that. Was this going to run out of power potentially? No, we're inserting. Where was... I keep on getting lost in just this small ass base. It's just crazy work. Oh, it's right here. This stuff might run out of power, right? Yeah, because I'm not inserting. Should be fine. Oh, there we go. And this can get out of here. I mean, I don't really... We'll just leave that for now. I'm not too worried about it. And then I'm going to take this part down here. sand, does sand generate sulfur? I'm just thinking if there's anything that I'm passively making that relies on anything that's sand. Another quartz I'm not passively using. Diamonds are good. Yeah, no, we're chilling. This whole area can kind of come down now. One second here. Actually gonna go. Just get rid of a bunch of crap. Alright, diamond's getting put in. Put that away. What did I just do with my mesh? Yeah, we want these. I'm gonna go put that in the sand generating sieves. You might know this, Mima. Do you know when it at any point, do mechanical sieves start being better than just sieves? Can we just disable this for a second? Okay. I've heard some people say that, you know, you can go with just modular routers and sieving for a minute and be pretty okay, but I feel like this way might cause more lag. There we go. And throw this back on. It's really hard for me to see this. Is that Z? Or X? I think it's X. There we go. I think Z was fine. I got you. It's a storage controller. Add all that stuff in. Okay. Perfect. That's one less thing I need to deal with in this area. Take this out too now. Of course, it's getting fed probably into my yeah, of course it's getting ported somewhere over here. Maybe that's why the system wasn't working, because it had a bunch of crap in there. And just the last bit here, that's the, I guess we have the mud still working slowly. Yeah, I don't know how important that is anymore. And I got cobble, which I don't think is being used anywhere anymore. It's just being exported on channel 0. Yeah, I think I'm just passively making cobble. I don't think I need anymore. We'll keep that up for now. Doesn't look like this is connected to anything else. So it's getting some energy cards back and stuff. And item cards. I don't think this is being used by anything. Hey, we got our basic forge hammers, making that. Okay. Just depot a bunch of this stuff for now. And I should be able to go. Is this still working? You know, I think this is enough copper wire for now. 1,000, yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, we are not getting power in here? The fuck? Oh, I'm not. Exporting it properly. There we go. But we're gonna get the annealed stuff in here now for making some more circuits. And put it on to 3. What does this make on 3? Yeah, we don't want that. We want the annealed stuff. Perfect. Get that going. So now I have how many IC chips? 40, so that's gonna be 80. LV, which is fine. 80, and how many do I have right now? Yeah, I played around with the idea of doing it. It gets easy enough once you have the circuit assembler. I'm moving towards starting to make them with the cheaper recipe. Got pretty much everything except for the diodes that I'm making right now. If you just made a shit ton of like vacuum tubes and resistors at once, it was pretty easy to like do without having to automate them. But now I'm at the point where I want like a stack of MV chips so I can start doing some automation or passive stuff with AE2. Like initially I want to okay, yeah, that's insanity. I was really playing with that idea, and then I was like, I'm not gonna go through that work. Like the most I went for automating stuff so far was doing like this is the phenosulfate line. Something's stuck up in this. Oxygen. Yeah, I think I need. Yeah, this is the furthest I've gone with the No, it's the oxygen that's out. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Then you gotta go through this long ass like pathway of figuring out where my oxygen gen was. It's probably it's here, and you know what? That's because I don't have gravel automatically being added to this. That's on me. This is the line for generator. I don't know what the hell I was making. This is my oxygen, yeah, silicon dust, silicon dioxide gen. But of course, at like the top, I didn't have the gravel automatically coming in because it chewed through. At first, it chewed through all of my gravel that I was using here. I definitely could do it now, but I'll probably just wait till I move it over. But yeah, that's the line for generating whatever the hell you needed for the circuit boards. Sodium persulfate. That was hell. It was like, you know, everything. That was the first time I was like, okay, this mod pack's kind of difficult. Because when I got to that point, I was like, oh, you got to go through like 8 different things just to get to like one bucket you needed. It was hell to get to. Yeah. That took me. That didn't take me that long. It was just like a bitch to make all those chemical reactors. I have not had to make that one yet. This is the polyethylene. It's the next big one I have to deal with. Which I don't even think is that bad. I think I have almost everything for it. I just had to make the ethylene, which I have the sulfuric acid. You gotta make ethanol, which is the biomass, yeah. I see. Okay, I got this in coal dust now. What am I making with these? I'm making diodes. I'm not about to use wafers. Wait, do I have to? No, I can use the arsenic piles. Liquid glass. Oh, so if I had the liquid polyethylene, you could make 4. Interesting. Yeah, I'm stuck doing with just arsenic right now. Cool. Where was the arsenic's coming from? Up here, right? I think. Gallium. I just saw it somewhere. Yeah. That makes more. Okay, cool. It's going. Okay, so I might as well just start getting the. The next big thing I have to do is move over or prod. Question is do I make a new one of these or one more of them? This has really slow throughput compared to the original one too, which drives me crazy, but I know I need it. What the hell was that even called? Electric War Factory. Oh my god. Oh, this is pretty doable. Incredibly doable now, yeah. One second. Alright, so let's go and, so I'm just gonna make one whole of them. Might as well one extra, move that over, and then when I have it up and running, I can move the second one over too. Gonna make 4 bronze rods. I do have an arc furnace. Voila. Mainly for wrought iron, I believe. At this point, it's been so long since I first made that. I can't completely remember what I was using it for. What else was the arc furnace used for? For annealed copper, so I probably use it for that. Making glass, definitely. At wrought iron, tempered glass, I've got a bunch of that. Yeah. Alright, and then I'm just gonna throw a chest down so I can keep track of everything I need for this. Here's my electric ore. Four of those. Yes. That is totally the plan. Yeah, doing a quad EBF. You need you're gonna need like a ton of EBFs too if you want to automate like all of the alloys used in AE2 as well, like Sky Steel and the Certus Quartz one and the Diamond one. And I've been thinking about it, like with AE2 automation, I don't think if you can like passively do multiple recipes inside an EBF, so you kind of need the one EBF per every recipe, which is just insanity. 48 of these. I have an absolute shit ton of steel, so I'm not stressing, but there's 10. how many did I say? 48? 48, 42. I need more. 48 on the dot. Okay. For gearbox casing. There's got to be a couple hundred steel. Or maybe even more, closer to 1,000. I'll take a look. I think I had like 15,000 when I started. How long did you take to get the EV? Like how long had you been playing? Okay, that's not bad. You see some crack people out there. I don't know if you've looked in the Discord, but some of their playthroughs are like at MHV in like a period of 24 hours, and I'm like, that's just insanity. Gearbox, pipe casing. Probably these. What? Yeah. At Ivy and Theta, okay, that's yeah, that's gotta be pretty quick. 12 of the firebox. One more. Okay, I think that's all of the steel. Fuck, did I already make the... Oh, don't tell me I made the wrong one. Oh, I didn't make the machine casing. That's a rip. Machine casing, wow. It's the steel. Seriously, oh, that's annoying as fuck. $24. Hammer. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. That's a bummer. That's a lot of steel just wasted, but whatever. 12, 4, 4, 4. Okay, got all that done. Got that. Need the maintenance hatch. Oh, this is one where it's like a bitch to do because if you have different tool qualities. Let me see, screwdriver, the wrench, wire cutters, probably the hammer. I'd assume the crowbar. It's like a soft hammer or something, yeah. Saw and file. Oh, I didn't even make the machine casing first. Let's try that again. File, saw, hammer. Wrench, screwdriver, wire cutters, and the last one I'm missing is the crowbar. Please tell me it doesn't matter the order. It does. Wow. Okay, screwdriver, wrench, wire cutter. Screwdriver, wrench, wire cutter, hammer, crowbar. Mallet, saw, file. Saw, file, saw, mallet. There we go. Wow, that's incredibly difficult for just that fucking maintenance hatch. Okay, and then I need. Do you need any sort of input hatches, or is it all just? It is. Hey, you input water. Yeah. Would it be better to be using distilled water, or is there a reason not all of them use? Yeah, I think you just stick with water. At least the ones I'm putting into this machine right now. Yeah. I feel like I'll eventually need another one that uses distilled for some of the other ores you get from, yeah. I'm clocking that. Okay, we'll just stick with regular water. That's one thing I would like to have fully set up passively over there. I know it's really basic, but just getting water fully good to go. Hey, you've played a little bit further than I have. What would you use to import? What would you use to import fluids into an AE2 system? Like, say I have all of these fluid cells, and I have a fluid like drive. What would you use to import it into the system? Storage bus the cells? Okay. I guess you could use. Oh, that was a stupid question. You could use an import bus as well. Import export bus. I'm talking about more so just for water right now. But yeah, I think for water, a storage bus is probably the best way to go about it. You're right. So aqueous accumulator, easy peasy, and do a fluid cell. Yeah, I don't think I'm at that point yet though. I was looking at that. The infinite water cells and the other ones. Yeah, I need 16K. What's up, Davo? And I appreciate the follow, Davo. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's probably a little ways away from me in terms of getting the cells. I mean, I could afford it, but I don't know. Maybe I should just grind it out. In that case, though, I would have just not done the ore gen for the other ones. Infinity Sands. Okay, so that's what I was looking at, because the sand ones and the dust ones get like way more expensive. But you can do the cobblestone one pretty cheaply and the water one. But the last three, yeah, I guess are LUV. So that's like, it's pretty fucking late game, right? And I appreciate the follow too, Mimu. Love to see it. I don't see an infinite lava cell here in the recipes. Only water, cobble, sand, gravel, dust, and blackstone. Yeah, you're right. You might think there would be a lava one. Lava gen is something I should set up too. Is there any better way, like late game, for generating lava outside of just crucibles? Essence burning. Yeah, there must be, right? But I think for now, I'll probably just set up a shit ton of crucibles. I mean, that's UEV, so that's ways off. So essence burning, huh? I didn't know that you would get into mystical agriculture like that in this game. An EBF or essence replicator, I see. So once you get one, you just replicate it in HV. Wow. In the short term, yeah, I'm just gonna set up water. Interesting, okay. So make a this accumulator, make one of these. Yep, sounds right to me. Oh, I had those already. Wow, that's unfortunate. We'll need some water. I'll need... I don't know what I'm going to build this out of. I think clay's probably kind of water-esque. And then we'll make this. Do I have everything I need for a storage bus here? I do. Nice. And I guess I need the fluid cell too, eh? I might just make one unless I have one that's not in use. Yeah, I'm just gonna make one. Yeah, I saw that you could do either or with a cell. There we go. Oh, fuck. Fluid cell, I got the accumulator. I'll need some MU cables. And I need to make more of these with liquid rubber in them. It was in the assembler, right? Yeah. That one's got stuff in it. I think one of them's, yeah. And where's my rubber gen? It's right here. Oh, that's the empty one. Fuck. Dave, are you actively playing in a save or a world right now? Damn it. I got two of them perfect. I'll need one fluid pipe. So it's 3 in? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And this probably needs to be on export, I would assume. Fluid pipe, just one is all I need, and I'll need my wrench too. that is water gen. I might throw an upgrade on that. I don't know if I need it right now, though. Good. Looks different than every other one. We can't have nothing looking the same. It almost... No, we won't put a top on it. Just do 2 up or some shit like that. Lava's probably going to be a bit of a bigger one, I'd guess, because I'm going to have a decent amount of crucibles for now. 100% if I added the brim on the front and the back. But I want to be able to get to the cell in case I need to upgrade it or something. A large stone barrel, hey? And what, just import cobblestone into it? Oh, I think I made one of these at some point. Okay, easy. That's not bad at all. Maybe I'll do that right now. Interesting. I didn't even look at what the speed was for one of these. Uses 10 seconds, half a... Okay. I probably only... Maybe I should make 2. Do you need to put the campfire below it or something? Where does the... Actually, I could probably just... Goes down in the middle? Oh, you put it in the GUI, I see, okay. Oh, then I'll go ahead and make 2 of those right now. I think I should be able to put that together very easily. Yeah, I got all of that. None of that should be a problem. Creosote. Saw it somewhere recently. Do I not have... Oh, I don't have much treated wood, I see. Two of those, and then we need... Don't need an input hatch, right? Because I'm not putting in any fluids, and at least in this recipe. Is it gonna craft without me? Okay, sweet. Just output hatch, yeah, output hatch and input bus. Probably gonna output to a... Yeah, I'm not stressing over. No, fuck it, we're gonna do LV. I need a second one of these two, making 2. Gotta say the AE2, I like the crafting interface more from Tom's, but the AE2 is just more intuitive about what you're missing and such. Yeah, but it looks nicer. The 82 one, you know, it's like a smaller like window here, which kind of drives me crazy after using this one for so long. There's 2 input hatches. Oh, you can, hey? I'll take a look at that in a minute. I'm going to keep on getting distracted here. That's the one thing I've noticed about this mod pack is you can just get so lost in things so easily. Iron screws. I need 8 of those, so that's probably not going to be enough. Yeah, totally. And I've already diverted from what that checklist had on it initially, so see how that's working, right? And we need 2 more of these. I saw that I was watching somebody's Greg Tech New Horizons base tour, and they had like it was almost like a little picture frame or something that you could then add things to a checklist and check off. And I do not know what it was called, but there was a pretty cool one that you could like make like a relatively large screen of something. I wish I had gone the mod name. There's output input bus. Okay, then we're chilling there. 2 of these. Everything else should be brain dead easy. I don't need any of those. 18 stone brick. Oh, not even because I'm wall sharing, but I'll do it just in case so I have more than enough. And then it was like stone for the rest, right? Yeah, I'm trying to just Google it really quick, see if I can get the name of it. I hadn't seen it before except on this one guy's world tour. Okay, that should be good to go. Let's go and build these. Hold up. Okay, no energy. Yep, good. In that case, I think it's going to go at the back. And it's 3 by, okay, easy. Like that. Might build it down 1. I don't really care that much, honestly. Output hatch. Input bus. Does it need to be one more tall? Yeah, one more tall. And not covering that. Beautiful. Like, oh, can you just use one each? Like one down the middle? Oh, fuck yeah. I didn't need to make two of these then. Like just right here. That's not right. Why isn't it pointing out? There we go. Right, I got you. Okay, that's really good to know. I did not know that was the case scenario. Or the situation. Perfect. So that means I can just go ahead and use one storage bus for an export bus and then a storage bus, I think, and that's perfect. I see. So that'll run down and under. So just respond to a text 1 second. Oh, this is where that went. I don't need that. And you said campfires easy. Can just go into it. Needs to be the soul ones, I assume. Every time I TP back in here, it like loads in for a second. Interesting. Are they just laggy? Got it. All right, so just use interfaces. I'll have to figure out exactly how to set it up, but maybe I'll do it right now so you, in case I do something stupid, you can correct me. But storage buses are good to go. Like, they're pretty safe. The only issue with interfaces is they're so much more expensive than storage buses. And then we need two of these. Actually, I only need one for right now. What am I doing? And storage bus. No, you said use interface. What am I doing? I need two of these then. And then, oh wow. All right. Oh, I'm going to use a for the output and then connect that. That's what I meant to actually go get as well. Right, or like a fluid cell plus storage bus. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Make 2 of those. Oh, I never have those. There we go. Make 2 of these as well. Alloy smelter. I do. Look at this. It was like 600 Fluix cables to get all the way over here. It's like the first thing I did. But I'm considering adding some Colossus chests to that base. Because like they're really good bang for your buck for storage. Something about lag. Well, yes, I actually have those crafted. I don't have the power generation right now to connect them. Because it's such a far distance, there's an equation where it's like distance squared plus something. So I tried connecting them and it was like 10k AE per tick. And that's just not happening at this point, so. Oh, trust me, I tried to not have to do it that way. And I'll need 1 fluid pipe. That's in the AE2 system. Input bus, you said use an interface. So I just hook it up. Can I just put cobblestone in this instead of having to use a pattern? Okay, perfect. And then we're gonna go, one of these sides are gonna be an input. Beautiful. And storage bus below. Do you play with channels on or off? Okay, off, yeah. I was kind of considering it, but it's so daunting using channels. I've tried before in the past. It's in all the mods I tried using channels, and it becomes a nightmare to manage. Oh, that's definitely not correct. Holy fuck. Yeah, I put that together. I got cobble over here. The second I saw it disappear from the inventory, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I think that should do. It doesn't look great, but whatever. And where in God's name do you put the campfires? You mean like one of these? Oh, no. Is it in like the input hatch GUI maybe? Or the... Oh my god. I see. Wow. Yeah, it looks like it's doing its job now. And we got that. The bottom I want to be exporting. Look at that. Got it. Okay. Well, now that that mini side quest is over, I mean, it had to be done at some point. And we got water all set up. Beautiful. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be dying for either of those sometimes soon, but some passive stuff that I needed to get done at some point. I was making more of these. Sweet. And I started making the water because I was making more electric ore furnaces. Full circle. Ugh. I do need just 1 second here. So the interface can import and export then? Just export it. Oh, I got you. Okay, I got you. And is it interfaces or pattern providers? So when I set up auto crafting with something that isn't like a molecular assembler, it's always going to be a pattern provider, right? Yeah, no, but I mean like when you want to like say smelt something, and you're using like, or you're using a different block, that isn't crafting. Oh, you could use an interface for I see. Okay. Today's the 9th, right? Yeah. That's good to know. And you can use a pattern then to. Okay, I get it all. That makes sense to me. Okay. Back to what I was doing. I want. This is running with an input bus, input hatch. Probably just. I can just use one MV energy hatch. Or I could use 2 MV to really push it if I can get the power. Why isn't this running? The fuck? That's fine. Oh, you know what? Because power is coming in through here. I'm having a moment here. Where? Oh, holy fuck. I think I screwed something up with where my power is coming in from. This is linked to 12 minus 602. 12. Okay, so it's linked up with this, and that's linked up with this guy, but I'm not actually doing anything with it. We need to get an energy cell ASAP hooked up and then export it. That was a lapse on my behalf, yeah. Because we're just wait, this doesn't make sense. Extracting power. Is it just that this is getting power? Is there have I closed off the fucking system somehow to a point? Like this is not getting power. I think breaking one of those. This is getting power. But this isn't. Is it potentially a export issue? Trying to send power? Dynamos are fine. They are exporting some power. Usually this one's at like 0 and the other one's at like full use. So it's either I'm hitting a limit of how much power I can export because of the coil, but that's 12,000. That's my best guess because some power is getting there. Which would be a little absurd. Because power's getting here. It's getting here. But it's not even like any power. So it's either, I think there's just a disconnection somewhere in my system. That's my guess right now. Because I took down a bunch of laser IO. So I'm going to just try that first. That's my guess as well, but this is just this. Oh my god, what about this one? But it was fine beforehand with. Alright, I guess I gotta make some upgrades then. Very weird. Oh wait, I'm pulling out more now, so maybe that was it. And just directly to output. And I think that might have been the issue. It's pulling a lot more power now than it was before. And I just hook this guy up to this. See, it's all back online. It was a laser IO issue. I had just taken down one of these that obviously connected the power to all of the stuff over here. I broken a link in the chain. That's why it's going to be nice to get rid of this, all of this. Yeah, we're just getting power back over here too. Perfect. All right. Back to the issue at hand was making the cheap cells. Yeah, it's great, but I also understand why, like, at some point, you just get rid of it. AE2 with no channel max is like the best way, the best thing. So I can get 10 bolts. I have this. What's our diode count now? Was I trying to? Oh, we're gonna make some more diodes, I think. If I get power back in here, is that the issue? Oh, we're out of glass. That's what it is. And we want more arsenic. It also, like, it just doesn't look that great with all the blocks around and stuff. And, like, connecting the whole system under, like, you just got all these random little laser things popping up. It's not the prettiest of looks. So we're gonna try and make those cheap assemblers, cheaper assemblers now. Take it out of this. I guess I had a lot of spare stuff in here too. And then I'll get back to the electrical ore factory. I just was waiting on stuff to finish to make these initially. So we want resistors. Let's take a step by step. We'll do stack resistors. And then we will do, I don't know, just add it to my recipe stuff to make this so much easier to find. The resin printed circuits. And then we will do the IC chips, which I don't think I have a stack of just yet, but close to. Diodes. Fine copper wire. Yeah, as I guess I did not think I had a ton of that. Let's just add this to we can stop that and do those, and then what was the last other thing we needed? 10 bolts. Easy. Yeah, we'll just make them. No, we just want 10 bolts. And liquid tin as well, which I should have some. Maybe. Nope. We're just gonna replace this. why you need like 1,000,000 fluid cells. That sky sounds. Do I not have a? Or was it this that I was using to make it? Hold up. Yeah, I'm looking to use like soldering alloy. Fluid pipe. Seriously? Must be in the AE2 system. Now we gotta take everything out. Oh, it's in a stupid spot. Boom, 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 and we just need a stack of that. And that's gonna make us 80 of these new ones. Oh, and that's quest completed. Progress right there. And then there's a cheaper one of these we could make, which would be kind of nice because they only use 2. Diodes, fine gold, silver, resistors. Oh, that's incredibly doable as well. That's like way more bang for your buck than this one I'm making right now. Totally going to be doing it that way. Also, I think I have liquid glass somewhere here. Keep on making those resistors. Just leave it at that for now. Or diodes, sorry. Go over was there a chip used in them that I need to get? Or there's more? Oh, not even. You don't need IC chips in them. Can I make some more of those? I totally can. Crazy, you get to the HV circuit pretty soon, but getting past, like, I could get the HV circuit like now, but there's no real point to push for it until I have a lot more of the auto crafting setup. I just want a ton of MVs to make more machines with. I thought you were gonna need stainless steel to make these, but is it? Yeah, I guess not. I guess it must be like a lot of the like casings and stuff is what stainless steel is for. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's typically the energy hatch, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I'd been seeing in the Discord. We're good on the glass. Okay, I'm happy with that. The next thing I was considering going. Oh, we're gonna go back to the fucking electric ore factory. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. And so that was gonna be also 2.27. Let me remember that. Output bus. Probably just one HV energy hatch for now, and then I could add a second one, but I think I'm going to be a little bit tight on power if I do it that way. And input hatch. And yeah, okay, input, output bus, input hatch, and energy hatch. Easy. First, I just wanted to check, is sand gen keeping up? Ooh, little freeze there. Last time I checked it was at 22.7, 21.9, so I am using more sand than I'm generating, which is okay. Not a whole lot of other use for sand at the moment, but something to keep my eye on. So we're gonna make I have the converter already, so we're just gonna make the HV input hatch. I might even have one of those actually. MV input hatch. Energy hatch, perfect. And then we can do LV for the other hatches. And buses. Output bus. More of these fucking screws. Ah, fuck. No, my God. What an idiot. There we go. Eight of these. Steel plate, make another stack of these. Probably a few of those. Yeah, I know I could probably make a lot of things in the lathe. Output bus. We need input bus. Did I make 2 crates? I did. Input hatch now. The wooden barrel. We need these weird ass rods. Yes. Yeah, for like valuable material, I do use the bender. But for like things I have a shit ton of, I'm like, for right now, I'm not losing my mind over. It's just the tools that you have to kind of keep on recreating can get a little bit annoying, but generally, it's not that bad. Okay, so I think that's everything I need in terms of hatches. And then this is, yeah. I'm probably going to want it spaced for 2 of them wherever I put it up. And then what's the name of the device that you use? It's like a terminal, right? Yeah. to build the multi-block. Electric ore factory, right? I'm gonna put 2 back. Perfect. And then I need to go. That is fully correct, right? Why does that look shorter than the other one? Is it in the ground? It's right in my inventory. It just didn't build it into the ground. Or something like that. I don't know what the hell that was. Oh, maybe I should have put it up one? Yeah, I can build it like 1 down though, and it should be okay still, right? I don't hate that look. Very weird. That's crazy work. Let's see if that's gonna finish for that. Okay, that finished it for me. Weird. But that makes it easier for the hatches actually. Or like less blocks for the hatches. And I got, am I missing one of the input energy? I don't know where the other hatches went, the fuck? Did I leave them back there? This has got me fucked up now. What? Oh, wow. Please don't fall. Something still isn't right. I see, okay. Yeah, that genuinely was not making sense to me for a second. I got the maintenance. I don't have the muffler. And there's probably something else still missing from it. Let me just take a look at that design. Put these other 2 hatches down. Yeah, it might be the muffler hatch that's not allowing it to be complete. Yeah. What is that, a hammer? Yeah. I have a muffler on this guy, right? Yep. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, I don't know what the other tier would do. There we go. I just need to do the maintenance to it. And Put this back down. And energy, this is going to be... Yeah, so this is my next conundrum. Do I want to do output? How do I want to do the output for one of these to go straight into smelting? Because I'd rather it not go through the system. Maybe to drawers and then have a storage bus. I don't know yet. Any recommendations there? I'm just talking about how do I go about smelting after this. Like, I don't want to import it into the AE2 system and maybe just output it directly into smelting, you know? And then add it to the system, or add it to a drawer system. Yeah, that's kind of my thought. Is I'm probably gonna put I'll have the 2 electric arc factories, the third older one. Everything will get output into a smelter that's like right back here, and then add it to AE2. And I'll probably create like one big building around this or something. Hope 3 should be enough for now. Let's start with just powering it up. Oh, I might need... Wait, no, that's fine. I still haven't completely... I'm getting there. I haven't completely wrapped my head around the... amperage stuff. I know like 4 times whatever the current voltage you're using is the amount that a cable can use. I don't have wire cutters. Which would be the 128. So 4 amp MV is then 512. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then I'll deal with the tools in a minute. So do an interface. Can I somehow just use one interface for the both of these? Or will I need 2, you think? Yeah, it's all base 2. number systems. I think 262 is. Okay, yeah, I'm not about to do a subnet. So yeah, we're just gonna use two interfaces. I think I'll survive. What's my logic count at? 39. Yeah, we're good. I think I have one interface. No. There it is. Yeah, two interfaces seem like the move here. Boom, boom. And then I get a bucket of water and gravel. This is the input hatch, so water. I haven't connected it yet. And gravel. Cables. Will come. We might actually go directly out of the wall here. Save some cables. And then I need to deal with the stupid maintenance hatch thing. Cool. Oh, but I'm not even supposed to be. I'm taking whatever I take out of the smelter. Thanks. I appreciate you stopping by. We're not even doing the gravel part yet. That was a slight overlook on my behalf. But at least this part is built, so then we can go and deal with that in a minute. So the gravel. If I could do the gravel right here, that would be the best. So then I could build the second ore factory right here. We'll Store. No. Okay, this can work. We can do gravel elsewhere and just use a storage bus and drawers to then, yeah, okay, I like that. So gravel will actually still be back here. So, yeah, that's going to pretty much fill up this first little bit here. And, I added a lot more than I thought I was going to add this evening. So people stopping by really made me actually put in a little bit more work than I'd planned on doing this afternoon. So we might actually just wrap it up in a moment as well. Not to mention, I think this world needs a quick save and reload as well to give it some more life. It's getting a little laggy. And that's not the IC chip. What is that? We're at bolts? I'm not certain. Alright, but I appreciate everybody stopping by today. And yeah, we will probably be doing this again either later tonight or tomorrow. Later.